Welcome to our show today. We're going to talk about Happy Accidents 5 inventions that changed the world by mistake. Isn't that something? I mean, inventions that were total accidents? We're talking about things you use every day maybe. Things that changed the world that were discovered by mistake. Join me, won't you, as we explore the fascinating stories behind these accidental inventions. Get ready to be surprised. Let's start with something you've heard of for sure. Penicillin. Imagine, it's 1928. A scientist named Alexander Fleming is hard at work in his lab. There are stacks of petri dishes, those shallow, round dishes that scientists use to grow bacteria. Well, he's studying staph bacteria, which can cause some nasty infections. Now, picture this. Fleming's lab was kind of messy, and he accidentally left a petri dish of this Staphylococcus bacteria uncovered. Mistakes happen, right? But here's where it gets really interesting. When he came back, he noticed something strange growing in the dish. Mold. Just like you sometimes find on an old piece of bread. But here's the kicker. The mold had actually killed the bacteria around it. Fleming was like, whoa, what's going on here? He realized this mold wasn't just any mold, it was a special kind called. And get this, it produced a substance that was toxic to the bacteria, but not to humans. This, my friends, was the beginning of penicillin, an antibiotic that has saved millions, maybe billions of lives. Can you believe it? A moldy petri dish led to one of the most important medical discoveries ever. Science rules. Okay, have you ever used Velcro? I bet you have. It's everywhere. On shoes, backpacks, even spacesuits. But did you know that Velcro was invented because of a dog and some burrs? It's true. In 1941, a Swiss engineer named Georges de Mestral was out for a walk with his dog when he noticed those pesky little burrs clinging to his dog's fur. You know those things, right? They stick to everything. Well, de Mestral was curious. He wanted to know how those burrs worked. So he put them under a microscope, and what he discovered changed everything. He saw that the burrs were covered in tiny hooks, and these hooks were catching on the loops of fur. That got him thinking, what if I could create something with these tiny hooks and loops that could fasten things together? And boom! Velcro was born. It took him a while to figure out how to make it, but he never gave up. And now we have Velcro. From a simple walk with his dog to a revolutionary fastener, talk about an unexpected discovery. Chapter 3. Now let's talk about something you probably have in your desk drawer right now. Post-it notes. Those little squares of paper that help us remember things, leave messages, and brighten up our day. But guess what? They were a total accident. In 1968, a scientist at 3M named Spencer Silver was working on a new kind of adhesive. He was trying to create a super strong glue that would hold things together permanently, but instead he created the opposite. His invention was a weak adhesive that didn't seem good for much. It would peel off easily, and you could use it again and again. At first nobody knew what to do with this new adhesive. It was a head scratcher. Then, a few years later, another scientist at 3M named Arthur Fry had a problem. He was a singer in his church choir, and his bookmarks kept falling out of his hymnal, which was pretty frustrating. But then, inspiration struck. He remembered Spencer Silver's weak adhesive. He thought, what if I use this adhesive to make a bookmark that will stay in place but won't damage the pages? And guess what? It worked. Post-it notes were born. Can you believe that? A weak adhesive that nobody wanted turned into one of the most popular office supplies in the world. Chapter 4. Okay, this next one is huge. I'm talking about x-rays. You know those things you get at the doctor's office that let them see your bones? Yeah, those were a total accident too. In 1895, a German physicist named Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen was doing experiments with cathode rays. Now, cathode rays are streams of electrons and they can create some pretty cool effects. Röntgen was messing around in his lab when he noticed something really strange. He had a screen coated with a fluorescent material, and it started to glow, even though it was blocked off from the cathode rays. How could that be? Well, Röntgen figured out that the cathode rays were creating some kind of invisible ray that could pass through solid objects, and these rays were making the screen glow. He called these mysterious rays X-rays because X is often used in math to represent the unknown. Röntgen's discovery revolutionized medicine. For the first time, doctors could see inside the human body without surgery. Today, X-rays are used to diagnose all sorts of things, from broken bones to pneumonia. And it all started with a curious physicist and a glowing screen.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't
ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior.
A grumpy customer, and a quest for the perfect potato. And there you have it, 5 amazing inventions that were total accidents. It just goes to show that sometimes the best discoveries happen when we least expect them. So the next time you're experimenting in the kitchen or just messing around, keep your eyes peeled. You never know what you might discover. Thanks for joining me on this journey of accidental brilliance. Remember, science is everywhere and it's always full of surprises. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories.